streak. The Nordiques on a winless streak at the Coliseum in Quebec City. Their first meeting of the season tonight in this wonderful hockey city in a great building. Tonight's starting goaltenders are brought to you by Thrifty Car Rental, because it's your money. Stefan Beauregard, a 23-year-old who played his junior hockey in the Quebec League at St. Jean, starts in goal tonight. Bob Essensa had played the last 2 games for the Jets. He's the backup tonight. Beauregard used to match up in junior against a Victoriaville star, 21-year-old Stefan Fiset, who makes his first start of the season. Ron Tugnut is out of the lineup with a strep throat, so the backup tonight is Jacques Cloutier with 3 goaltenders in town. The referee for tonight's game is Marc Fiset. His linesmen Jean Morin and Ron Finn. The video official is Francois Larochelle. And this game from the Coliseum in Quebec City is underway. The Nordiques start their best line with Joe Sakic and an offside play out with Matt Sundin and Greg Paslawski-Hough-Kip and Tatarinov. The Soviet defensemen start for Dave Chambers.
Well, Dave Chambers has got lots to look forward to. First of all, I mean, you look at his 3 top players, Jim, and he's relying right now on a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 22-year-old to lead this hockey club. You insert Valerie Kaminsky sometime this season into this lineup, and Kaminsky's one great talent.
Ed Olczyk is the starting center for the Winnipeg Jets. He's on the line with Darren Shannon and Paul McDermott. Drew Cruisers on the wings. Freddie Olesen and Dean Kennedy are the starting defensemen. Olczyk with a pass to McDermott in his skates. Off the inboards to Darren Shannon, the former Sabre and Penguin. Digging after the puck. That's what John Paddock wants him to do, and he's been doing a fine job of it. Ed Olczyk is the sniper on this line, a centerman who's been playing much of this season on the right side. Sakic in to chase the puck. Beauregard clears it up the boards. McDermott goes back the other way for Dean Kennedy. There's Joe Sakic in front. Sundin tipped the puck right on Beauregard, and he made an easy save. In the first minute of play, the teams will make their first change. No score as Craig Wolanin just back off an injury. Number 6 on the Nordiques defense gets the puck to the blue line and no further. Bill Housley with a pass to Danton Cole. He couldn't handle it. Sakic dumps the puck in and completes a line change. Owen Nolan, the leading scorer for the Nordiques, is on the ice. He's out with Mike Huff. The center on the line is Kip Miller, the youngest of the hockey-playing Millers. His brothers Kelly in Washington, Kevin in Detroit. Wolanin pins the puck to the boards. Mike Huff, number 18, up the boards for Owen Nolan. And Phil Sykes of the Jets checks him. Fogarty with the rush takes a wrist shot right on Beauregard, and he holds on with Kip Miller on his doorstep.
Well, already we've seen signs of John Paddock's influence on this Winnipeg Jets team. We're talking about his aggressiveness and what he wanted from his hockey club. Right away in training camp, he started a lot of one-on-one situations, battling for the puck in the offensive zone, in the defensive zone. This coach, John Paddock, who grew up in Manitoba, knows that he's got to have a bigger, stronger hockey club. And Mike Smith and he have worked together in order to improve in that area.
He's got lots of experience in the minor leagues. He's been a coach of the year in the AHL. He's won championships, the Calder Cup with Maine and Hershey. Now coaching near his home. Stu Barnes is number 14. He'll face off against Mike McNeil, number 20 of the Nordiques. Rudy Pochek, just up from Moncton of the AHL, has joined the Jets tonight. Big, tough defenseman, number 29. Got the puck down the ice. The Nordiques are coming back. Herb Ragland, number 14, with Mike McNeil. And Scott Pearson, number 22, on the Nordiques forward line. Alexei Gusarov, Soviet defenseman, playing with Mikhail Tatarinov. Pearson to McNeil, and he dumps the puck in from center. Stu Barnes plays with Mark Osborne and Pat Elenick on the Winnipeg forward unit. Out to center. Barnes is after the puck. Gets in ahead of Tatarinov. Claude Lapointe is number 47 for the Nordiques as Chambers has made another change. Herb Ragland, number 14, dumps the puck in, and he'll head for the bench to complete the change. Doug Smale, a former Jet, makes his debut tonight with the Nordiques. He's been injured, and he returns tonight. Number 41 is on the ice. John Kordick is there as well, and here's a fight. Mike Hartman and John Kordick. Hartman went down, and Kordick pounded him a couple of times as he did so. About 4 seconds after the two of them got on the ice, Hartman and Kordick went at it. No score. We're 2 minutes and 37 seconds into the NHL tonight.
The best rust protection in the business.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me.
Over 93% of all Chevy full-size pickups sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today.
Like a rock,
Chevrolet. Trucks you can depend on. Trucks that last.
like a rock.
5 minutes each for fighting to Mike Hartman and John Kordic. 2 minutes and 37 seconds into the game.
But watch how it starts. Two tough players going at it. John Kordic was on a tryout with the Quebec Nordiques at training camp this season. And he has obviously shown Dave Chambers and his coaching staff, as well as Pierre Paget, that he deserves another try in the league.
Saturday night against the Rangers, I think he had one of the best games I've ever seen him play. He backed away as Chris King tried to goad him into fight after fight, and he set up a very pretty goal. Don Barber checked by Stephen Finn, and they push and shove on the inboards. Back to the point. Kennedy's shot kicked aside by Fiset, and there's a penalty coming up as Mark Fiset makes a holding call. And it appears that Stephen Finn is going to the penalty box, and the Winnipeg Jets will go on the power play.
Well, I think Finn's getting it for dumping Barber right in front of the net. Take a look right here at the bottom of your screen. There's just some real battling going on, but it was
There it is.
a lot of holding on the part of Finn.
This is not what you want at all for the Nordiques. You know, Greener, we often talk about teams playing on the road, wanting to get through the first 10 minutes in their opponent's building, quiet the crowd, and they'll be okay. Dave Chambers finds it the shoes on the other foot here. He's got a young team nervous because they haven't been winning in front of their home fans, and maybe it's the Nordiques who want to weather the first 10 minutes of this game.
Good point, and confidence is so important to young hockey players, and it's so important to a team. You've had the record they have had at the start of the season.
Winnipeg's power play. Eddie Olczyk tried to thread the needle in front. Loose puck in the crease. A backhander. Still loose, and Stefan Fiset cleared the puck to the boards. Freddie Olesen on the point with Phil Housley. Into Stu Barnes. Lost the handle on the puck, and Tatarinov gets it. Rings it around the boards and out by Housley. Housley and Olesen, the top two scorers on the team. Out of the power play, Ed Olczyk has 5 of Winnipeg's 15 power play goals. He's up front with Barnes and Elena. Alexei Gusarov took the man. Joe Sakic took the puck. Mike Huff slowly through center, rags the puck. Tatarinov shoots it. A rocket off Olczyk's stick into the stands.
Well, with these 2-point men, Freddie Olesen and Phil Housley, it gives Ed Olczyk lots of scoring opportunities. And Olczyk has, in fact, had a great start this season. 38 shots on net coming into tonight's game. There you see the power play point leaders for the Jets.
So you'll look in the statistics and you'll see that Phil Housley, with all of those points, is a -1, but he doesn't get any credit in a plus-minus for those points you've just seen that he has in the power play. And they're pretty important, I think, Rita.
I would say so. And it has definitely done a lot for the Winnipeg Jets this season. What a great start they've gotten off to. I don't think many people really expected the Jets to come out flying in the first 10 games the way they have.
Adam Foote with a shot off the draw, and it hit a foot. Darren Shannon, number 34, with a drop pass. Danton Cole knocked off his feet. Gets the puck to the corner. Luciano Borsato is the third member of the forward unit. Olesen shot tipped. They score. Borsato tipped in front of the net. And the Jets on the power play lead 1-0 as Luciano Borsato gets his first National Hockey League goal.
A real key play here by the point man. Watch, for all the little kids out there watching this game tonight, Freddie Olesen does what a good defenseman should do. On the power play, at the point, you just put that puck on the net. Don't worry about getting off a great big slap shot. You didn't see Olesen winding up and taking a lot of time. All he knew that he wanted to do was put that puck right on net. It paid off. Borsato was right there.
Borsato put into the lineup with injuries to centers. He's a 25-year-old from Toronto who's Spent 3 years at Clarkson College and played in Italy for a year. And now is his first NHL goal on the power play for the Jets. 1-0 Winnipeg.
How many times do we say it over and over again? Specialty teams play such an important part, not only through the season, but to the momentum of any hockey game. The Jets have got good early momentum. The result of the power play goal.
Danton Cole and Freddie Olsen get assists on Borsato's first at 3:58. Teppo Numminen trying to move the puck out of his own end and does. Mike Eagles. Teppo Numminen dumps the puck to the end boards, and the Jets will make changes on the fly.
Score a goal like that, you see the whole bench all of a sudden come to life, and away they go again.
Oops, that hit Don Barber, knocked him down. Here's Mike Huck, number 18, into the middle. Owen Nolan backhands the puck in front. Fogarty misfired. And Beauregard has swiped one at the crease. 1-0 Winnipeg in the NHL tonight.
There are two kinds of people in the world. Those who want to know.
Harvey,
Some of the players not dressed. Ken McRae is a scratch, but Greg Smith is suspended. Other players like Lecision, who might have been their best defenseman last year, injured. Kamensky, who was counted on to add some veteran leadership, even though he's not played in the NHL, is hurt. Probably won't play till January. Ed Olczyk won the draw from Joe Sakic. Phil Housley, number 6. To McDermott, out with Olczyk and Shannon. Shannon, number 34, to Olczyk, who backhands the puck into the corner. Gusarov and Tataranoff back as Fiset moves the puck on the boards. Carlisle from the point to the front of the net. Greg Paslawski for Mikhail Tataranoff. Pass up the middle to Sakic. Nice back pass to Paslawski. Trying to pass for Sakic. It hit Housley's skate. McDermott's on the puck. Olczyk, number 16, with McDermott on his right, Shannon on his left, dumps the puck in on Fiset. That Sundin is hit. Shannon's pass to Dean Kennedy into the corner for Olczyk. He can't handle it. Tataranoff clears the puck at a lucky bounce, and out comes Sakic. Sundin coming hard on the right side. Sakic holds on. The pass hit his skate. Beauregard had to be sharp as it deflected right on it. That's Sundin, number 13. Wolanen's in front. Kennedy checks Sundin. Sakic has the puck to Wolanen in front. Trying to stick handle, and he lost the puck. Sakic gets it. Tataranoff fakes the shot. Sakic's shot is turned and fired it wildly wide.
Good pressure by the Quebec Nordiques, led by, of course, Joe Sakic.
Greg Wolanen dumps the puck in. 6.5 minutes into the first period, 1-0 Winnipeg, and a goal by Luciano Borsato. Here's Stu Barnes, number 14, with Pat Allenuk and Mike Eagles on the ice right now. In checking is Allenuk, couldn't come up with the puck. Scott Pearson, number 22, to Mike McNeil, number 20. In over the Jets' blue line. McNeil's tied up. Pearson goes in after the puck. Pat Allenuk picks it up.
Good defensive coverage by the Jets in their own zone.
3-on-2, Allenuk holding on, then he lost the puck. Fogarty checks him. Raglan tried to clear the puck and couldn't do it. Stu Barnes hacked at by Fogarty in front of the net. Shot just wide by Mike Eagles. Teppo Numminen, number 27, keeps the puck in for Winnipeg. Mike McNeil double team, but he still came up with the puck. Scott Pearson, number 22, stick handles through center for Quebec. And now the Nordiques and the Jets will make changes on the fly as the puck is dumped in. Tataranoff turns and fires the puck the length of the ice. Rudy Poshek is there to pick it up. Now Randy Carlisle. Danton Cole with a wrist shot that's blocked. Another shot kicked out by Stefan Fiset. Owen Nolan up the boards for Kip Miller. Breakaway pass for Huff, just out of his reach. Miller, number 49. Gusarov blasts one, just misses. Just kept onside by Kip Miller. But the Jets get the puck 8 minutes into the first period. 1-0 for the visitors. McHale to Tedinoff. Kip Miller, number 49. Holds up. Paslawski shoots. Beauregard to save. 1-0 Winnipeg here, and some controversy brewing on Long Island.
2.5 minutes into the game, the Islanders thought they had the first of the game. Pat Flatley to the right of your screen gets a shot away. It's in, but Ray Ferraro has his foot in the crease. He is called for goal crease interference, no goal. And then on the subsequent power play less than a minute later, that's Dave Williams' shot tipped by Brian Mullen, his 5th of the season. 1-0 San Jose early in the first period on Long Island.
Here at the Colisée, it's 1-0 for Winnipeg, but the Nordiques are starting to get a few chances.
It's pretty fancy rush here by Kip Miller and Greg Paslawski. Great puck possession. They were weaving and dipping in to try to get into a better scoring position. And finally, that shot was got away by Greg Paslawski.
Luciano Borsato has the only goal of the game at 3:58 on a power play, with Stephen Finn off for holding. Sundin off the draw, one by Sakic. Didn't get much of a shot away.
Good play. If it hadn't worked, that being Sundin getting a better shot away.
And Olczyk with a long shot on Stefan Fiset. Paslawski, Sundin, and Sakic out for the Nordiques. Sakic tripped behind the net, and there's a penalty being called against the Winnipeg Jets as Sakic was dumped, and the Nordiques will get their first power play of the night. Darren Shannon's going to the penalty box, wondering what he did. He may have a point.
Well, we're going to go back and show you what he did. Watch this.
Didn't do much.
Must have just been the blade of his stick that caught Joe Sakic and sent him flying.
8:34 the time of Shannon's tripping penalty. Nordiques power play has been led by Owen Nolan. Quebec's penalty killing unit ranks 11th in the league, and Quebec's power play 17th. Nolan has 5 of the 8 goals. Power play features Scott Pearson, Joe Sakic, and Matt Sundin right now. McHale to Tedinoff, and Brian Fogarty are the point men. Carlisle and Olesen. Phil Sykes and Mike Eagles, the penalty killers. Matt Sundin gains the blue line, ran into Carlisle. Fogarty, number 43. Sakic gives him some help. The pass to Fogarty. Into the corner, Matt Sundin. Pearson works in front of the net. Fogarty shoots. Beauregard the save. Pearson tried to feed the puck for Sakic. He just keeps it in on the boards, but only for a moment. Carlisle dumps it out to Eagles. 2-on-1. Olesen jumps up. Eagles to Olesen. Backhander just misses.
And Olesen had lots of room, too, to score.
Minute and 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Darren Shannon. Power plays changed up. Sakic stays on the ice. Owen Nolan's out with him now. Mike Hopp already up at the Winnipeg blue line. Kip Miller is the puck carrier, number 49, to Sakic, and alone! Nice save by Beauregard. Adam Foote, number 52, rookie out of Sault Ste. Marie, to Kip Miller. Over to Sakic. Band on the shot. Dean Kennedy clears the puck. Half a minute to go in the power play. Sakic has to turn back to get control. Now he gains the blue line. Pass from Mike Huff didn't get through. Adam Foote knocked down, but he kept the puck in, then it's cleared.
Good chances by both teams in this last couple of minutes.
Beauregard stops the puck. Now sends it over to Dean Kennedy. Back to Beauregard. Danton Cole, number 24, sends the puck down the ice as the penalty to Darren Shannon expires. The Nordiques are 0 for 1 with a man advantage, trailing 1-0. Shannon stole the puck from Nolan, shoots it. Fiset the save. Fogarty gets the rebound. Big wide pass to Nolan on the right wing. In on Randy Carlisle. Mike McNeil barges in after the puck. He's checked by Housley. Nolan's pinned to the boards. Wolanin pinches in but couldn't keep the puck in.
Darren Shannon really looks very comfortable in this Winnipeg Jets system, doesn't he?
He just bumped Mike McNeil. Paul McDermott gets the puck over for Ed Olczyk. Checked by Craig Wolanin. Wolanin, number 6, gains center and dumps the puck in. John Kordick in forechecking. He and Hartman have served their fighting majors. Kordick, LaPointe, and Doug Smale. LaPointe with a pass for Smale, way offside. 1-0 Winnipeg. You're watching Molson's NHL Tonight.
You got the right one, baby.
You got the right one, baby. Wow.
Farrell, the culprit on the last San Jose goal, sets up the first one of the night for the Islanders. A great pass, hand to stick for Dave McElwain. First as an Islander, second of the season for the former Jet. And it's 1-1 midway through the first on the Island.
And it's 1-0 here with Winnipeg leading on an early power play goal. Herb Ragland dumps the puck in for Quebec as he took a hit from Danton Cole. Smale in on the puck in front. Beauregard made a save on Claude LaPointe. Dean Kennedy overskated the puck. Herb Ragland then overskated it. The Jets got it back.
That was a pretty good example, Jim, of that little collision down here. We've got a penalty going on right now.
A high sticking penalty that took place back near the blue line after Ragland had been mixing it up. And Claude LaPointe had been in there as well, and LaPointe gets the penalty. So the Winnipeg Jets go back on the power play. They're 1-for-1.
Just before that penalty, Jim, I was mentioning about the fact that net and the collision, how impressed I've been with the fact that the nets very seldom move this year. The new Winnipeg nets.
A high sticking call on LaPointe. They'll bend, they will come off under heavy impact, but they won't come off as easily.
I don't think
as a magnet stick.
Exactly. I don't think there's been nearly as many delays in the game in the early part of the season as there has been in past.
That has in part to do with the rule changes to protect the goalies as well. Players are much more respectful of the crease this year.
Good point.
In fact, some of them are afraid to even go in it. You can still skate through it. That's okay. Some players just won't even go near that blue mark. So the Jets with a man advantage here. And they have Olofsson and Housley on the points. Olczyk, Barnes, and Elenick up front. It was the second power play unit that scored the only goal. Here's Pat Elenick, headed for the net. Scores! No. Post and out. Boy, I was sure that was in the net. It came right back out. No question about that. The light didn't go on. The referee signaled that there'd be a face-off.
John Paddock doesn't quite know right now. Watch Pat Elenick. Follow that puck carefully, hits the post, and comes back out.
Darn it, I hate it when that happens.
Don't you just hate instant replays, Huey? Quebec Nordiques really like Fiset for the reason being is that he is very aggressive. Yep. And that time he might have been too aggressive. He came out, gave a little bit too much room.
Olofsson with a screen shot blocked by Joe Sakic. So despite what you may have heard, it's still 1-0. Here's Danton Cole, number 24. Luciano Borsato goes for the net. The pass goes off the inboard. Tied up for a faceoff. 49 seconds left in a penalty.
Besides that, buddy, we knew you were just kidding. I mean, it was trick or treat, and it was trick.
Truth be known, I get paid by the he shoots, he scores. I was trying to crowd in a couple extra bucks.
Well, one thing Danton Cole's trying to crowd in this year is a little bit more ice time. He knows that he'll get that from John Paddock if he plays that aggressive forechecking style of game that Paddock is very much putting at the top of his priority list. The Jets are playing with more enthusiasm, and And it's been shown in this game so far. They're winning more battles for the pucks.
Rosado to take the draw. Cole's on his left, Shannon on his right, and he'll go in after the puck. Tatarinov tied him up. Teppo Numminen keeps the puck in. Rosado to Cole. Gusarov trying to get the puck there, and Shannon does get it. Back into a crowd around on the boards. Numminen in for Cole. Back of the net for Shannon. Rosado out front. The pass didn't get by Tatarinov. 22 seconds left in the penalty.
Good move by Housley with his feet. Kept that puck in.
Cole with a wraparound through the crease. Tatarinov checked by Numminen. Shannon's pass didn't get through. Loose puck at the top of the crease, poked away by Fiset. Tatarinov gets it, backhands the puck down the ice, and that'll do it. LaPointe's back on the ice. The penalty's over. Just under 6 minutes to play. First period, 1-0 Winnipeg. Freddie Olesen dumps the puck in. Fiset looks around, plays the puck on the glass. Kennedy keeps it in with a shot that whistled wide. Olesen dumped the puck in. Wolanin dumps it out. Here's Mike Huff leading a 3-on-2 with Kip Miller and Sundin. Backhander goes through the crease. Sundin with a centering pass picked off and shot out by Mike Eagle. Hartman knocked down at center by Stephen Finn. Olesen moves up, cuts to the slot. Hartman with a shot, stopped easily by Fiset. Hartman centering pass. Kennedy at the point. Nice save by Fiset as he kicked out that long shot. Stephen Finn to Mike Huff. Here's another 3-on-2 for the Nordiques. Sundin to Kip Miller. Sundin again shoots. Beauregard to save. The rebound, they score! Mike Huff.
Well, the Jets had some pretty good pressure down in the Quebec zone. Transition game. Nordiques come out, and they are allowed to get a 3-on-2. Beauregard was down and plenty soon. Nice backhand by Huff.
Third of the year for Huff to tie this game 1-1. Sundin and Kip Miller get assists on the goal.
The Nordiques could really use a healthy Mike Huff this year. He was lost for 37 games with injuries last year. Got off to a great start in preseason. 5 goals, 5 assists in 8 preseason games.
Icing call against Winnipeg. Scoring play again, Huff from Sundin and Miller at 15:02.
Mario Lemieux back in the lineup, but it's the Caps to score first. Todd Krieger to Dino Ciccarelli. He beats Tom Barrasso like a rented mule. 1-0 for Caps. Barrasso leads the game with an injured thumb after the goal.
Sakic won a draw. Fogarty takes the shot and scores! Two-1 Nordiques.
Can all be momentum. And the Nordiques jumped on their momentum quickly. After Mike Huff scored, Fogarty, with that puck at the blue line, had plenty of time. Too much time as far as John Paddock will be concerned. He just blasted that puck. Beauregard came out to cut down the angle, but obviously not well enough.
First of the season for Fogarty. Sakic set it up, winning the draw 15-24, just 22 seconds after they tied the game. And the Nordiques have the lead. Here's Fogarty back for the puck. Scott Pearson moved it out to center. Pearson's playing with Kordic and Mike McNeil as there's some line juggling going on. Fogarty carries the puck, flipped it towards the net. Housley cleared it on the boards. And there to intercept was Kordic, who almost set up Scott Pearson for a shot. Racing for the net is Sykes. The pass to him knocked away by Fiset. And a smart move because it might have drifted right to the stick of Phil Sykes. Pat Elena Phil Sykes, number 17. Stu Barnes is the third member of this Winnipeg forward unit. Pearson dumps the puck to center. Bill Housley with Freddie Olesen on defense. Now they're making a change. Olesen's drop pass. Elenuk drops it for Barnes into the slot. Shot just wide by Hartman and Elenuk at the same time. Elenuk is front, shot it wide. There he is again, number 15 to the point. Dean Kennedy tried to beat Olesen. Knocked away, a race for the puck, and Olesen beats Mike Hopp. Chip Miller almost took it away. Here's Mike Hartman. Mike Hartman with a shot. Kicked out by Fiset. That's Sundin. Mike Hopp to Chip Miller. 3-on-2. The Nordiques over the blue line, and the puck drifts in on Beauregard. He'll hold on with 3:03 left in the first period. Let's have another update from Long Island.
Two goals that are almost exactly the same, except at opposite ends of the ice. That's Adam Crate with his first of the Islanders, 7th of the year on the power play, makes it a 2-1 hockey game for the Islanders. And then at the other end of the ice, Dean Evison in front with the backhand. He beats the Islander goaltender, his first of the season, makes it a 2-2 first period tie between San Jose and New York.
Coach has to be a teacher with so many young players. Dave Chambers.
And he is a great teacher. You hit it right on the nail. That's what he's got to be, and that's what he is. Dave Chambers has had a long, successful career at coaching at all levels of hockey. And right now, you can't look at the win-loss record and blame Dave Chambers. But that's the easy thing for fans to do, of course.
Oh, but ultimately, the coach gets the blame.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, you've had that before. Nolan off the draw. Good shot that was stopped by Beauregard. Sakic won another faceoff. The Rangers, when they beat Quebec on Saturday night, won about 80% of the faceoffs. They really seem to overmatch the Nordiques in the faceoff circle, but the Jets haven't done that so far tonight. Sakic's won some key draws, one to set up a goal, one to set up a great shot.
Yet the Jets were working on faceoffs this morning at practice.
Danton, Cole, Corsato, and Hartman in front of the net. Cole to the end boards. Hartman, number 20, goes after the puck. Gave it away. Paslawski gave it back to Winnipeg. And Rudy Poshek dumps the puck in. 2:20 to play first period. 2-1 Nordiques. Paul McDermott with a weak shot towards the net. Olczyk's backhander through the crease. McDermott back pass towards the front of the net. Sakic got the puck. And the net is off its peg. Following our game tonight, it's Don Cherry's Grapevine. Don's guest tonight is Ty Domi, immediately following the Nordiques and the Jets.
Jim, you were talking about winning faceoffs. I mentioned how the Winnipeg Jets were, in fact, practicing that this morning. The veteran Randy Carlyle decided he wanted to go in and show them how to win faceoffs. Well, he got one opportunity against Ed Olczyk. He didn't win, but he blamed it, of course, on the official dropping the puck. Said it bounced way too many times. Terry Simpson happened to be the guy dropping the puck. That's not one of Randy Carlyle's specialties, at going in and winning faceoffs.
There's Randy. 35 years old. You know, it's 10 years ago that he won the Norris Trophy. 81. Should get to his 1,000th game this year. Bats at the puck. He went off a stick and into the crowd.
By the sounds of it, he's got no thoughts of retirement.
Why would he?
Keep
with
going.
The money that's available in the game now, he could still skate. He could still help this team. You'd hang around too if you could, Greener.
Yep, and I plan on it. Just in this job instead. You look at some of the players in the league, and Larry Robinson, he's 41 years of age now, is he not? Still playing. I wonder if he'll catch Gordie Howe's record.
Would he have to go 11 more years?
It's a long time.
Two to 1 Quebec in the last couple of minutes of period number 1. Come from behind a 1-0 deficit. Herb Ragland, number 14, trying to clear the puck against Randy Carlyle. LaPointe comes back, put it towards his own net. Bolannon to Pearson and out. Claude Lapointe, number 47. His pass to Scott Pearson. Kept it onside. Shoots it. Beauregard the save, and he holds on. Scott Pearson, a former Maple Leaf, has been in and out of the lineup in tonight. Got to play the young players and find out if they're going to be good in the NHL.
11 goals, 4 assists last year in 35 games. Scott Pearson wants badly to get a much greater opportunity to play this season. You're talking about age and players playing a long time. You think about when the Quebec Nordiques came into this league back in 1979. Gordie Howe was still playing for the Hartford Whalers. Bobby Hull, Davey Keon, Johnny McKenzie.
You hadn't even had a coaching job at that point.
Pretty funny, I was coaching that year.
79?
That's right. Coached against them.
Sorry, Greener. Last minute of the first period.
You had a soother still in your mouth.
It's true. Here's Matt Sundin. And a go for the net. He's poke checked by Beauregard. Sundin out front. Puck didn't get through to Huff. Dean Kennedy. A long pass, too far for Mike Eagles. Fiset cleared the puck to center. That's Sundin. Backhands it towards the net, scooped up by Beauregard, and he holds on with Mike Huff right in front of him. 36 seconds left in the first.
Well, we know that Matt Sundin is a very talented player, and you look at his statistics from last season, and they expect even greater ones from him this year. 23 goals, 59 points, played all 80 games. But, you know, I think the Quebec Nordiques could dearly use right now some very mature leadership coming from someone, and probably not on their bench right now. Someone that maybe that veteran player, I think certain people have talked today even about what Bobby Smith maybe did for the Minnesota North Stars last year, coming in with that winning attitude and had the maturity and leadership to kind of grab some of the younger players. And there are a lot of younger players here playing for Dave Chambers.
They're the youngest team in the league, an average age of just over 24 years. We've only got two 30-year-olds in the lineup. Paslawski and Smale are by far the two most experienced players on the team. Sakic won another draw. Nolan couldn't get a shot away this time. The puck got in his skates, and the Jets come up. Eagles is the puck carrier, headed for the net. Checked and knocked down by Fogarty, and Craig Wolanin collects the puck. Up the boards for Paslawski, number 23. Through center with Nolan. The drop pass to Owen. Nolan looks around. Centering pass is swept away by Eagles, and cleared to center by Danton Cole. Wolanin with a pass to Nolan, who's playing with Paslawski and Sakic right now. Danton Cole, Phil Sykes, and Ed Olczyk get the puck to center. Siren sounds to end the first period, 2-1. And the Quebec Nordiques leading. Here's John Wells.
All right, Jim, the Jets looked impressive and disciplined for the first 15 minutes of the opening period at Le Colisée tonight. Then one lapse followed by another, and the Quebec Nordiques took the lead rather quickly at 2-1 with 2 goals in 24 seconds. Just ahead in our first intermission, Quebec General Manager Pierre Pagé joins us, and then we'll send you back to Toronto with Jim Van Horn and Bob McKenzie. The NHL tonight, the entire story in hockey this evening. After 1, Quebec leads Winnipeg 2-1. This is the NHL tonight on TSN.
Techniques, hi-fi components with MASH.
Subarus built in the last 10 years, 93% are still on the road today. So when you're 2002, its competitors may seem a little square. The new 1992 Subaru Legacy, built to drive you into the 21st century. gets the honey.
Well, as you can see, Goodyear does great tune-ups. And, oh, bulletin coming in here. The Goodyear tire sale is on now. Save up to 35% on selected all-season radial tires. Well, yeah, we have tires, sure, as well as tune-ups. What well-rounded organization doesn't, huh? So remember, Goodyear, we're not just tune-ups. I've completely lost all my credibility, haven't I? Sorry.
After one in Le Colisée in Quebec City, the Nordiques lead the Winnipeg Jets on 2 quick goals. It is 2-1. Quebec leading the way on the Jets. 2 goals, 24 seconds apart, powered the Nordiques into the lead. The Jets controlled the period much of the way, but Quebec got 2 in a hurry and take the lead into the dressing room after 20 minutes of play. First goal comes on a power play for the Winnipeg Jets, with Olofsson controlling at the point. His point shot is stopped by Stefan Fiset. The first save there, but rookie Luciano Borzetto on the doorstep for his first NHL goal to make it 1-0 for the Winnipeg Jets. Quebec got even at 15:02. Matt Sundin gets the shot. Beauregard makes the save. The rebound comes out to Mike Huff, and a nifty backhand got Quebec even. That's the 3rd of the season for Huff. 24 seconds later, Joe Sakic wins the draw in the Winnipeg zone. And Brian Fogarty lets fly. His first goal of the season beats Beauregard for a 2-1 Quebec advantage after 1. So the Nordiques showing some life after the Jets took the early lead in this hockey game on the power play. The Jets started very strongly and looked like a team that had been unbeaten in 5 games and had won 3 straight. Quebec Nordiques, winless in their last 5, have lost 5 in a row. Started slowly, but did come on and took the lead after 1. This is the NHL Tonight on TSN. We continue live from the Colisée in just a few moments. Right now, we'll send you back to Jim Van Horn after a brief timeout.
The Arcot theory was unusual. Bridgestone engineers used the tire in motion to shape a new design. Result, compared to our proven conventional radials, more tire stays in contact with the road for sharper cornering and quicker stops. Bridgestone Arcot, taking the abstract to the concrete.
Enter the Bridgestone Performance Sweepstakes at your Bridgestone dealer, and you could win a Mazda Miata or a set of Bridgestone tires.
Gillette presents Sensor, the system, the technology that will change the way you shave forever. Sensor, twin blades set on springs to read your face and respond. Independent suspension to sense and adjust to every curve of your face. No other razor comes close. Gillette Sensor, for the best shave a man can get.
The story of McCain Jr. juice. What's wrong, Emily? I can't finish my juice box. It's too big. I wish someone made a little juice box just for us. Cheer up, little ones. McCain Jr. juice is made just for you. It's smaller. Thanks, McCain. It's a happy day.
McCain Jr. juice made smaller so it's perfect for little kids.
Welcome back to our TSN Control Center, everyone. I'm Jim Van Horn, along with Bob McKenzie. We have some highlights to look at from the 3 other games that are underway. First of all, let's take you to the Igloo in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins are hosting the Washington Capitals. Mario Lemieux is back in the lineup facing the Red Hot Caps tonight. Don Beaupre is making his first start of the season after ending a holdout late last week. Early first period action. Beaupre facing Ron Francis. He makes a great glove save to rob him, And the Pens and Caps are scoreless. Penguins on the power play. Lemieux is handling the puck well. Paul Coffey has a chance on goal, but Beaupre, playing extremely well, makes the big save. And just after the Caps kill a two-man disadvantage, Todd Krieger makes a perfect feed to Dino Ciccarelli. He taps the puck in. Caps lead 1-0. Tom Barrasso then hurt his hand on a slap shot, and Frank Pietrangelo was forced to come into the game, replacing Barrasso while he goes to get his hand checked. It's 1-0 Caps leading the Penguins.
Bad news for the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is the first time they've had been healthy all year long.
All right, let's check out the Isles appearing and the San Jose Sharks. It looked like the Isles opened the scoring, but Ray Ferraro was called for interference. He got the penalty, and on the ensuing power play, Dave Williams' shot is tipped by Brian Mullen, and that made it 1-0. That was Dave McElwain's goal. And then, 16 seconds later, Pierre Turgeon sets up Derek King. He goes upstairs to make it 3-2 for the Islanders, and that's the way it stands after the first period of play.
Jeff Hackett not having a good game for the San Jose Sharks. He's going to be bombarded this year, but a couple of bad goals between his legs.
All right, let's check out Minnesota and the New York Rangers.
Well, John Casey's off to a real hot start for the Minnesota North Stars. And James Patrick gets a power play point shot here. Casey comes up big on that one. Down at the other end, Ulf Dahlin, the leading goal scorer with 7 goals this year, comes around, wraparound, backhand shot, Mike Richter, equal to the occasion. And there's a scoreless draw at the end of one, Minnesota and the New York Rangers.
One other game to tell you about that starts later on tonight. It's a 10:30 start. The New Jersey Devils have won 3 in a row. They're off to a very good start. They're in Vancouver to take on the Canucks after a great start. They have lost 2 straight and now stand at 8-3-1 still. Good enough for first place in the Smythe Division. Vancouver, despite the 2 losses, still playing extremely well.
They did, although that dose of reality really came in. The Edmonton Oilers came in, beating them back-to-back. And it's got everybody starting to question. Adversity is the big thing. A team like the Vancouver Canucks had everything going their way early on. No injuries, no problems. Now they've lost back-to-back games. This is going to be a real crucial game that may decide whether or not the Vancouver Canucks are for real or whether they're going to slide back to their old ways tonight.
Quick comment on Minnesota and the Rangers. North Stars being led by Bobby Smith. Mark Messier with a point, at least a point in every game that he's played for the Rangers this season.
He's doing exactly what we was expected to do when they paid the big price for him. Bernie Nichols still sitting at home, hasn't reported, hasn't had the Twins yet, and as a result won't go to the Edmonton Oilers until such time that he does.
All right, lots of great action around the NHL tonight. We'll keep you posted on everything that's going on. So stay with us. Molson NHL Tonight on TSN continues. Winnipeg Jets continue to trail the Quebec Nordiques by a score. Actually, they're leading Quebec 2-1.
Jake the Flying Ace had almost won the race when he saw 2 scoops of raisins in the package of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. He dropped out real fast because he just couldn't last. He reached the ground and he ran. He was looking for 2 scoops of raisins in those nutritious flakes with bran.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran makes it easier to get your ticket to the movies. Save $2 on adult movie admission. Look for this coupon on specially marked boxes of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Now at a box office near you.
Salary, $31,000. That is your present salary. Have you ever declared bankruptcy, Mr. Howard? Bill?
Hempel. I want to fix up my bathroom.
Bathroom? I thought it was a car loan.
Mr. Hempel.
I thought it was Hazer.
Hazer. It is Hazer. I'm Hempel.
It is a car loan. You want to have your bathroom fixed, too?
He wants to have his bathroom fixed, Mr. Hempel.
Avoid the confusion. Finance your new car with GMAC right at your GM dealership. Nobody knows more about auto financing and leasing.
We got our family Christmas gift from Radio Shack, and all of us enjoy the Tandy 1000 RL computer. Thanks to simple prompts, we started using the RL's 24 built-in home organizing solutions immediately. Our kids use its message bulletin board and personal diary. Bob updates our family budget, and I enjoy the cookbook and meal planner. It streamlined our everyday activities to give us more leisure time.
The Tandy 1000 RL, now only $6.99 at Radio Shack, Canada's value leader in electronics.
At Thrifty Car Rental, we know traveling on business has its good points and its bad points, its ups and its downs. So to make those trips a little less hectic, we at Thrifty offer an extensive choice of vehicles at remarkably reasonable rates. Because no matter how much money you make...
You're all set, Mr. Goodsey.
It is, after all, your money. Pierre Pagé was an assistant in Calgary before becoming head coach in Minnesota in 1988. After 2 years, he became the Nordique general manager and hired trusted assistant Dave Chambers as his head coach. Pagé was at the center stage last year in Buffalo when Quebec drafted a reluctant junior superstar named Eric Lindros. first overall. Can you update us any more on the Lindros situation? I don't imagine too much has changed in your mind.
Not too much. No, we think it's a very good move for Eric Lindros to play with the Olympic team. All respect to the junior hockey program. I think it's time for him to go to the next step. And a lot of good players have improved on the Olympic team. Players like Pat LaFontaine and others.
With a slow start, is there a possibility that Quebec might rethink the situation with Eric and look for a deal?
I think we've tried to approach it rationally, and we've stated our positions very often, and we believe we can take our time and keep trying to look for solutions.
Is it difficult to justify this with the fans in Quebec City? Are they getting a little restless with your team's performance and record so far?
Well, they're mostly restless for the last 4 years, so we keep telling them not to tie anything up to Eric Lindros or Kaminsky or the decision who are out right now, that we can be successful with the players we have, but we can be a lot more successful down the road with all the other players that we're missing.
And with the slow start, Pierre, comes word that the coach might be in trouble. The rumors are flying around again. Is there anything you can say about that situation right now?
Well, I think it's easy to blame Dave Chambers. Like we said today, you know, there's Jacques Martin, Don Jackson, Pierre Pagé, Gilles Léger, and a lot of players. And I think we can all look at ourselves in the mirror and say we can do a lot more ourselves too. So Dave is doing everything he can, and I think it's time to analyze and chip in a little more.
And he has been given a vote of confidence. Let's deal with the positive signs in this hockey club. Owen Nolan is turning in a pretty good performance, 10 goals in his first 10 games this year. That's quite a change for him from last year.
Well, we couldn't believe it. We couldn't recognize him early in the year. He was talking a lot. He was outgoing. He was making plays. He was scoring goals. He was hitting. He was being aggressive. He's really a different kind of guy. You know, he lost a lot of weight. Last year he tried to put on 12 pounds to play pro, which was a big mistake. So he's a new man.
All right, a quick thought. After a period like that, can you see the light at the end of the tunnel for Quebec? Obviously, there's something to smile about in the first period tonight.
Well, you know, we're trying to have that work ethic that a lot of good teams have, and we had a good work ethic in the first period. We know we have talent, but that's only part of the game.
All right, Pierre, thank you very much for coming by. Pierre Pagé, the general manager of the Quebec Nordiques, who lead the Winnipeg Jets 2-1 after 1 at Le Colisée in Quebec City. This is the NHL Tonight on TSN.
Like a rock, standing arrow straight, like a rock, charging from the gate, like a rock, carrying the weight, like a rock.
Nothing stands by you stronger than a truck from Chevrolet. Trucks you can depend on. Trucks that last.
3M salutes the Olympic athletes who found a better way. Whose ideas were so original, there's no going back. That same innovative thinking led us to invent Scotchgard brand protector, and things have looked newer longer ever since. 3M, innovation working for you.
Here now the first period scoring summary. 3:58 on the power play. Luciano Borsato gets his first NHL goal. Olofsson and Danton Cole. And the Jets into a 1-0 lead at 15:02. Quebec gets even. Mike Huff, his third of the season from Sundin and Kip Miller. 22 seconds after that, Brian Fogarty from Joe Sakic to give Quebec a 2-1 advantage. The shots in the first period favoring the Quebec Nordiques as well. 12-9, Nords in the first. Two quickies, and Quebec has the lead after 1. Jim?
Dave Chambers, the coach of the Nordiques, said he just had an awful year last year. He felt terrible. He'd never been in a losing situation. He's trying to think positively this year, and I wonder if he was insulated from all of the things that are being said about him because he's not French. But he says he's learning the language, he's practicing it, and he's learning by reading all the things people say about him.
He's a root for punishment.
And he said, I don't like it. And he said, and nobody, I'm sure, in their right mind would like it when people write about your job being in jeopardy. But he said he's not letting that influence the way he coaches.
Dave Chambers is a smart, analytical man, and he knows the score. Oh, talking about score.
Yikes. A long shot that fluttered in by Stéphane Fiset, and Winnipeg has scored 6 seconds into period number 2 to tie it.
Well, we talked about Freddie Olsen and what a great season he has had thus far. He just continues to get better. Look at that puck drop right under Fiset's glove.
Tom Candiotti doesn't throw him any better than Freddie Olsen. Just hit this.
After seeing that again and then again, it's tough to blame the goaltender, other than those experts that analyze goaltending might say, get your body in front of it.
Don't wave at it, stand in front of it. Another shot, this one from close quarters, is stopped by Fiset. 2-2 tie. Olsen at the 6-second mark from Borsato, who won the draw. Borsato now with a goal and an assist. Now a pass to Danton Cole. One man back. Cole to the front of the net. Off the post. Yikes, the Jets have come close again. Still Sykes with Cole out in front of the net. Kennedy coming in from the point. Cole goes to the inboards. Fogarty goes to the puck. Clears it not out. Dean Kennedy shoots it. Tipped in front. Loose puck for Olczyk. He couldn't get a shot. And out come the Nordiques. Paslawski. Nolan's with him. 2-on-2. Paslawski wrapped up by Kennedy and knocked down. Carlisle comes in to check Paslawski. And they'll hold the puck for a face-off 1:09 seconds in.
Paslawski in the corner with two of his former teammates up against him. I wonder if Paslawski got any souvenirs, sharp souvenirs. Paslawski was the property of the San Jose Sharks on May the 31st, but then of course he was traded. Tony Herkus. Last year he played in Winnipeg and in Buffalo.
Sharks will be here this weekend. They continue their marathon road trip. Alexei Gusarov back for the puck. Olczyk gets to it first. On the inboards for his left winger Darren Shannon. Paul McDermott out of this forward line as well against Sundin, Kip Miller, and Mike Hutt. Dave Chambers has done some line juggling, and Sundin's not playing with Sakic anymore. He's now with Miller and Hutt. Owen Nolan's back with Joe Sakic. Icing call against the Nordiques. A 2-2 tie early in the second.
Well, it's easy to say forget about the players that aren't with you right now, but it's not quite so easy for a coach to do, especially when he realizes that a talented player like Valeri Kaminsky could be out there helping them, but of course that the injury that Kaminsky suffered during the training camp for the Soviet Union prior to the Canada Cup has put him on the shelf.
Probably be January before he can come back, but the Nordiques are glad to have him here so that they can monitor his rehabilitation. Stu Barnes and Mike McNeil face on. McNeil won the draw. The Nordiques have done a lot of that, right? Even Finn off the boards. Got it back, luckily. Here's Herb Ragland. Couldn't get the puck by Newman, and Pearson was all alone headed for the net had he done that. Elenick over the blue line. Turned back by Adam Foote. Rookie in his 5th NHL game. Rudy Poschek just up from the minors, dumps the puck through center. McNeil dumps it back in. Poschek playing with Newman. Hartman, Barnes, and Elenick up front against Pearson, McNeil, and Ragland. Whoa! Poschek carried the puck through the crease, and it was almost knocked in by Pearson.
Not exactly the type of player that I think John Paddock wants to have carry the puck through the crease. Maybe Olsen or Housley might get away with that, but not Rudy Poschek.
It's a play that'll get Rudy back to Moncton if he's not careful.
You know, a lot of folks might think that John Paddock's aggressive forechecking style means a lot of dumping and chasing, and he doesn't feel that that's necessarily the case. He does feel that there are certain players on his team who are very capable of carrying the puck in, and others who best not try it. He mentioned Mike Eagles, for example, shouldn't be the guy that's carrying the puck in. But I noticed tonight in the first period, Eagles was bound and determined to go through a wall of Quebec Nordiques and carry that puck through the blue. He might have heard from John Paddock. A lot of coaches don't want to give the puck up. They don't want to play a dump and chase game anymore. They want to maintain possession of the puck. But there are times when getting possession of it is actually easier by dumping it behind the defense and then trying to beat them to it.
Sakic to take the draw against Mike Eagles. Nolan had a little hook for Ed Olczyk, and Olczyk had a few words for him as he skated back to line up. Eagles won the draw this time. Freddie Olesen. The Eagles, and he dumps the puck in. On the fly is Don Barber in after it. Wolanin ties him up. Eagles bumped by Nolan. And he got right back up and got the puck. Eagles to the slot. Shoots it. Fiset the save, and he held on long enough for a whistle.
Well, you could hear the surprise from Pierre Pagé about Owen Nolan this season. I think he surprised everyone.
He really thinks that being around here for the season last year and not playing much helped him. Said he learned what it would take to play in the NHL. He was surprised by a few things, but by watching NHL players, by practicing with them and traveling with them, he said he found out what it would take and worked hard to be that kind of player.
Ah, yes, the old Montreal Canadiens system used to do that quite frequently, didn't they? Take younger players, sit them in the press box, let them watch, a little bit here and there, but mostly there.
Here's Nolan streaking towards the goal in front. Stopped by Beauregard. And Freddie Olesen comes up with a puck.
When we talk about being strong in the puck.
And a good skater.
Nolan just cut for that net fearlessly.
Here's a giveaway. Olczyk to the net. Stopped by Fiset. Back comes Sakic with Nolan on his right. Paslawski coming up hard on the left. The backhander, a weak one through the crease. Barber. Rink wide for Olczyk. Onside as he breaks for the net. Nice defensive play by Mikhail Tatarinov to knock the puck away. Almost 4 minutes into the second period in a 2-2 tie. Freddie Olesen scored on a shot from center 6 seconds into the second to tie the game. Bill Housley with a giveaway. Kip Miller couldn't get the shot away. Borsato tied him up from behind. Kip Miller turns to the inboards by Sundin. Carlisle fires the puck, not out by Gusarov. Miller, Mike Huff in for Matt Sundin. The centering pass knocked away in front of the net by Phil Housley, and Carlisle recovers.
Good shift by Kip Miller. Very astute. He just jumped right in there and took away that Phil Housley pass up the middle.
Carlisle with Huff bearing down on him. With Bill Sykes, with Borsato and Cole. Here's Mike Huff, who has one of the goals. His pass to the point. Missed Gusarov and goes the length of the ice.
Gusarov was heading to the slot, hoping to get a pass there.
Nordiques trying to catch the Jets on a line change. Get over the blue line. Aaron Shannon. Bump Matt Sundin. Olczyk to Poshek. And a pass hopped up onto the bench. 2-2 here. Back for an update in Long Island.
Didn't take very long for the Islanders to score their first goal of the second period. 53 seconds in, Jeff Hackett makes the original stop, but he doesn't cover the puck. Derek King is there and slides it home. Second of the night, 9th of the year. 4-2 Islanders lead 1 minute into the second.
Another very talented young Nordique is Mikhail Tatarinov, who came over to play with the Capitals last year. Probably more noted for his offense, but here's a fine defensive play he makes.
It really was a good play because he avoided taking a penalty and yet took the scoring opportunity away from Eddie Olczyk.
They've tried several combinations with the Soviets playing with other defensemen, but Dave Chambers says he's come back to Gusarov and Tatarinov playing together because they communicate well and it just seems to work.
Makes good sense. They gave up a second-round draft pick for Tatarinov that was used up, of course, in the last June draft.
Stephen Finn had McDermott all wrapped up in after the puck is Shannon. McDermott in front, almost knocked into his own net by Finn. Steady, steady. 2-2 tie. We'll be back after this.
You know the one, McDonald's. Food, folks, and fun.
Forgettable and regrettable shift for Stephen Finn, who goes out for holding at 5:05. He very nearly knocked the puck into his own net.
Well, one thing is the holding penalty. That you can clearly see. But watch as that play comes right back. And watch what happens right here as Finn puts the brakes on and almost directs that puck right into his own net. You know, as then Finn was heading to the penalty box, he and Rudy Pocek were having some words. I heard John Paddock yell out one simple bellowing. Rudy has to call Rudy Pocek back to the bench so he doesn't take a penalty.
Because the Jets are on the power play. Olchik's behind the net. Pass to the point. Phil Housley faked the shot. Over to Freddie Olsen, number 4. Back to Housley. Olchik set up at the side of the crease. Now in behind the net. Pat Elena to Olchik. Stu Barnes is also out in the power play. Phil Housley. And Olchik. Housley's shot. Rebound is knocked wide of the net. To Tarasenko. Knocked down by Ida. Centering pass for Olchik, knocked away by Fiset. Cleared, not out. Housley with the puck. Olsen blasts one, deflected off the inboards. Housley. Olsen takes the shot, tipped in front. A rebound, loose puck. Stopped by Fiset as Barnes trying to put it in. Great pressure by the Jets on the power play. Here's Housley. Olchik screening in front. Housley with a pass to Elena, lost the handle on McNeil. Dives trying to clear the puck, but can't get it out. Olchik got a lucky bounce to Barnes and gets it back. 45 seconds to go in the penalty. Olchik to Phil Housley. Front of the net. Barnes just tried to deflect the puck. Nordiques cleared, not out. Kucherov gets it, and for the first time on this penalty, the Nordiques get outside of their own blue line.
But then he almost lost it.
Yeah. Here's Phil Housley moving right back in. Retreats to the point. Olsen blasts one. Knocked the stick out of Paslawski's hands. To Tarasenko. 10 seconds to go in the penalty. Olchik's check. Stu Barnes gave the puck away to Kucherov. And out come the Nordiques to center as Finn comes out of the penalty box.
Kucherov better just get that puck down into the Jets' end zone when he's got the opportunity.
Luciano Borsato with a wraparound. He's stopped by Fiset, who holds on. Stay tuned following tonight's game for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Sony.
We're capturing this magnificent bald eagle with the zoom lens of the Sony TR Series Handycam. If you want your pictures to look this good, shoot them with the Sony TR Series Handycam. Take it from Sony. It has what it takes to take great pictures.
5 minutes into the second period of Madison Square Garden tonight. This is Brian Leetch with a shot. It hits John O'Grodnick. The rebound comes out to Tony Amonte. He buries this one. 6th goal of the season. #1 rookie goal scorer in the NHL right now. First goal of the game. Stars trailing the Rangers 1-0. 5 into the second.
2-2 tie here, but Winnipeg Jets just had a power play in which they spent all but about 3 or 4 seconds inside the Quebec Nordiques zone. Bob Essenza has just come over from the penalty box where the backup goalkeeper sits and is getting his equipment on and apparently getting set to come into the game.
I don't know what to say because I can't think of any reason why, in fact, Beauregard would be heading off. He didn't seem to be hurt at any time because there hasn't been really any pressure applied to him. Maybe he is just not feeling well.
He was shaking his head as he went into the tunnel and into the dressing room. We'll have to check into that, but Bob Essenza, who shut out the Flyers on Friday night after missing 4 games with an injury, and came back and got a 6-5 win over Washington, goes in for John Paddock. Change made at 7:15 of the second period, in a period in which the Jets have outshot the Nordiques 9-3 so far. Craig Wolan up the boards for Owen Miller. with Huff and Sakic through the middle. He dumps the puck in. Temple and Newman is the first man back. Bill Sykes with Borsato and Denton Cole. Luciano Borsato, number 38. Over the blue line, the pass to Cole into the middle. He shoots, blocked by Wolana. Looks for someone to pass to. Almost gave it away as his pass to Fogarty missed. Wolana's down on the ice. Fogarty can't clear the puck. Sakic comes to the rescue. Mike Huff, number 18. Drop pass for Sakic. Poke check by Newman. Danton Cole has the puck. It's a 3-on-2 for Winnipeg through the middle. Newman with a pass to Danton Cole. His shot is blocked. Eagles to the puck. Barber's in front of the net.
Nolan took a pretty good run at Newman.
There's Danton Cole. Mike Eagles puts it out front through the crease. And Adam Foote, number 52, clears the puck down the ice. 11:35 left in the second period in a 2-2 tie. Both teams make changes. Eagles takes the shot and ricocheted up into the stands, stopping play. You're watching Molson's NHL Tonight.
What makes you cool is your attitude, your inner self. It's not the way your hair is cut. It's not the clothes you wear. Not the clothes. It's not what you drink. You got that right. You got Pepsi for me? Who knew?
Goaltending by the Islanders and the San Jose Sharks tonight has been suspect at best. Watch this. Wayne Presley from outside the faceoff circle. Jeff Healy sort of waves at it and says, yeah, you can go into the net. Nicely done. It is a 4-3 hockey game midway through the second on Long Island.
And a 2-2 hockey game in Quebec City. The Jets and the Nordiques. Essence in goal for Beauregard. Now Jets win the draw. Housley's shot is blocked. That's Sundin. A pass to Scott Pearson trying to break away. Knocked down by Housley, and there'll be a Winnipeg penalty to Phil Housley. Goaltender's out for the extra attack. Finn's tied up. McDermott touches the puck, and a penalty to Housley will be called tripping. And the Nordiques will go to the power play.
Well, Housley's shaking his head, but this is the reason why Phil Housley is going to the penalty box. He took one quick look behind, in fact, to see whether he was going to be signaled for a penalty. That he was. Meanwhile, over the Quebec Nordiques bench, Tataranoff was trying to shake off what must have been either a blocked shot, but he was limping badly behind the Nordiques bench.
This word from the Jets dressing room now that Stefan Beauregard left the game with stomach cramps. And that's why Essence has come on. Nordiques on the power play in a 2-2 hockey game. Joe Sakic up front. Scott Pearson already up at the Winnipeg blue line. That's Sundin out on the ice, crisscrossing through the middle with Fogarty, the puck carrier. Tataranoff will play the left point. Olofsson took the puck away from Sakic. Pearson gets it back. His pass to Tataranoff. He just tipped the puck in to match Sundin. Carlisle thought he had tied it up and had it. Loose puck in front of the net. Essenza gets it to the point. Not out though. Now Carlisle gets a chance to clear it. Remember, Essenza hasn't been tested yet in this game. Essenza, Carlisle chips it out. Barnes goes to the bench and might hear about his pass up the middle.
Tataranoff was having difficulties out there skating. That's why he didn't jump in and try to keep that puck in on the one opportunity.
Brian Fogarty, number 43. Deals it out to Owen Nolan. Mike Huff's in front. Kip Miller. Fogarty back to Miller. Side of the net in front, and Sakic shot it wide. Set up by Huff. And he just tipped the puck wide of the net. Kip Miller now. Passes the puck off to Mike Huff. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Miller from Huff, who goes to the net. Nolan screening in front. Sakic shoots. Just wide. Fogarty couldn't keep the puck in. Eagles races by him. Heads for the net. Mike Eagles. Great save by Stefan Fiset.
Great effort by Eagles, but not a good play at all by Fogarty.
Penalties over. Bosley's back on the ice. 9 minutes to play, second period, 2-2. McDermott right in on the puck. Kip Miller. There's it to center. Freddie Olsson's there. Over to Rudy Pochek, number 29. Fiset. Herb Ragland, number 14, coming out of his own zone. Miller dumps it in, racing in after the puck is Doug Smale. Turned and tried to swipe it out front and couldn't. Adam Foote pinches in. Ragland gets the puck, heads for the slot, turns, can't get the shot away. LaPointe scores!
Well, Doug Smale helped get that puck into the Jet zone. Herb Ragland helped keep it in there. And then LaPointe ends up doing the damage to the Jets. It was a scrum in the slot. LaPointe ends up with a nice move by LaPointe on Essenson.
And the Nordiques have a 3-2 lead on the second goal of the season for Claude LaPointe.
Good strike by Herb Ragland at being able to keep that puck still inside the Jet zone, and especially in a very vulnerable place in the slot.
LaPointe, a 23-year-old who played junior in the Quebec League at Trois-Rivières, and Laval has his second of the season, scored his first NHL goal on Saturday against the Rangers. John Kordic just leveled Randy Carlyle. Now pushes him down in the corner, and Carlyle's slow to get up. He was banged pretty hard. Kordic back out at center. Puck carriers to Taranoff. His shot just blocked by Carlyle, who steered it wide. Now Kordic bumps Carlyle again. Ooh, the Jets won't like that. Kordic bumping Carlyle.
In Canada, when someone moves into a place of their own, a traditional gathering is held. It's called a housewarming. Canadian. The clean, cold taste of a genuine Canadian beer. What beer's all about.
Pretty goal here by the Washington Capitals against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Dmitry Kristich right across the crease. Frank Pietrangelo out of position. Dale Hunter's right there to bang it home. And it's 2-0 Caps in front of Pittsburgh now in the second period of play.
The official scoring play, LaPointe from Ragland and Smale at 11:35. Jostling as we were away. John Kordic pushed Randy Carlyle around a bit. Dean Kennedy came in and had words for him, and then Kordic was hooked off the ice by Dave Chambers.
I thought Mike Hartman might have had more than words for John Kordic, just because of the way that Kordic took Randy Carlyle into the boards pretty heavily. And Carlyle, of course, one of the few players in the National Hockey League still who does not wear a helmet. And I think he banged his head along the boards.
Nordiques keep the puck in off the draw. They have the 3-2 lead, 7:45 to play in the second period. Claude LaPointe, number 47, working on the inboards. Has Ragland and Smale with him. A penalty coming up here. It'll be against the Winnipeg Jets for holding. And the Nordiques will go back on a power play with a 3-2 lead.
Dodge Spirit and Plymouth Acclaim can be more accommodating than a Honda Accord LX. For example, the price gives you room to add air conditioning, automatic transmission, and a lot more under the hood for about $2,500 under the Honda. Chrysler. All you have to do is drive one.
Penalties on Tempo Newman for holding.
Well, the Nordiques had some good pressure. And the Jets were doing a little bit of standing around, and then when it ended up that they were still under pressure, Newman took the bad penalty. Holding was the call, and rightfully so.
Sakic won another draw. Tataranoff, number 4, has a great slap shot. Didn't take it. Sakic. Rink wide for Fogarty, number 43, the right point man. Paslawski and Nolan with Sakic up front on the power play. Owen Nolan, number 11. Sakic with Paslawski in front of the net. Outside of the 4-man Winnipeg box. Tataranoff with room, makes the shot. Fogarty takes it. That's of the save. Nolan's right on the rebound. Carlisle took the puck from Paslawski. Up to Darren Shannon, filling the penalty with Mike Eagles. Shannon. Lost the puck, and out come the Nordiques. Paslawski to Sakic. Nolan trailing. The pass to Paslawski. His pass for Nolan. He couldn't put it in. But a pretty play by Sakic to Paslawski. The Nordiques just didn't finish it. Here's Fogarty with some room into Sakic. Back to Fogarty, tips it over to Tataranoff. His wrist shot to the side of the net for Sakic, and he tipped it off the glass. Less than a minute to go in the penalty to Newman. 3-2 Quebec, and the Nords are on the power play. Sundin, stick handling, ran into his own man, Huff. Back to the point, Adam Foote. Tataranoff, back to Foote. Shoots it, just wide. Tataranoff dumps the puck to a corner. To the point, Chip Miller to Adam Foote. Eagles almost got the puck out. Then he hit Tataranoff. A bouncing puck is inside the blue line. Kennedy carried it out into a crowd. Hot as Sundin is tackled by Kennedy. Up to Sundin, number 13. Penalty's almost over. Newman getting set to come back on the ice. He's out of the penalty box. A pass, a shot down the ice right on goal by Housley allows the Jets to change up. Wyckoff to Matt Sundin, turned back at the blue line by Kennedy. Sundin and McDermott collided, and McDermott went down. Here's Chip Miller. Centering pass. Only McDermott there to take the puck. Nice move by Darren Shannon. To McDermott. Olczyk coming in late. McDermott shot his block. Olczyk spun around and knocked down. Good pace now. Here come the Nordiques. Kip Miller over the blue line. The drop. Gusarov gets possession. Lost the puck to Olczyk. He's 2-on-1 with Darren Shannon. Wolanen's back. Olczyk fakes it. Shannon can't pull the trigger because there's a fight behind the play. It's Rudy Poshek and John Cornick. Two big, tough boys. Way back down in the Winnipeg zone.
Really no surprise this is happening. All again the result of Cornick taking Carlisle heavily into the board a few minutes ago.
Cornick's first shift back as they're pushing Carlisle around, and Pochek was on the ice. And now they'll both be off. What wild action all over the ice. 4:50 to go in the second of the NHL tonight.
Molson's Special Dry, brewed longer with no aftertaste. The evolution of beer.
Stars have come back to tie the Rangers at Madison Square Garden. Brian Propp with a pass back to the point to Craig Ludwig. His shot is deflected right there by Mike Craig, first of the season, and it's 1-1 Mike Richter without a chance. 5 people running the interference in front of him.
Let's see, the Nordiques had a great chance. Then there was a 2-on-1 while a fight was going on back in the Winnipeg zone. The pace has picked up considerably here.
Well, the Nordiques really showed some great skills and abilities. Look at the way that they just handled the puck here, and what a perfect scoring opportunity that was taken away from him. Great play by Essensa.
Stop the pass from Paslawski to Sundin. Here's Sundin's hit on McDermott. Good hit.
What a shift Sundin had.
Here's the 2-on-1, Olczyk and Shannon.
Olczyk, instead of shooting, just made that perfect pass.
And then a whistle went.
Because of the action down at the other end.
Kordic and Polchek off 5 minutes each for fighting at 15-10. 3-2 Nordiques, 4:50 to play, second period. Olesen off the draw, fires one. Fiset made this save. That wasn't an easy one. There was a crowd in front of him. Newman with a shot. Tip, Fiset the save. Another one on Olczyk, who tipped the puck in the air. Close call.
Good hand-eye coordination by Eddie Olczyk, who was parked right in front of Fiset. Now watch, once again, that puck's just directed towards the net. That's all a defenseman has to do. And Eddie Olczyk took an extra swing at it that Stephen Finn didn't appreciate. Olczyk picked that right out of the air. Changed directions, but did not go in.
Another shot by Olesen, and he whistled a low one just wide on the stick side. There's Freddie Olesen. Olczyk tipped the puck on to Darren Shannon. McDermott coming behind him to the end boards. Fiset for Wolanin. His back pass, Olczyk shot. Rebound in front, and McDermott couldn't put it in. McDermott took a chop from Finn. Owen Nolan. Joe Sakic with Paslawski. Finn coming late, gets the pass. Off the boards for Sakic, and he dumps it in. Olesen shoots it right back up. David Finn comes back to collect the puck. His pass to Sakic. He's tied up by Olesen. Teppo Numminen. Tad Elenick, number 15. Can't control the puck. Stu Barnes dumps it in to Taranov. Used to be Tatarinov, but the Capitals changed his name, or the pronunciation thereof.
That was good of them.
Nice puck. Centering pass. Going through the top of the crease. Stu Barnes leading a 3-on-2 for the Jets. Poke check to the blue line by Tatarinov. Kucherov. In on Randy Carlyle. Carlyle turned him back. Dick Miller in front for Hutt. Stopped by Essensa. I think we've had a shark attack on the island. We better find out about it.
Actually, an Everson shark attack. He is in front of Healy, and he takes him out of the play. And the rebound goes to Paul Fenton, who puts it upstairs over the sprawling goaltender for his first of the season. And very quickly, it's tied at 4 between San Jose and New York in the second.
Close game here, too, with the Nordiques leading by 1 with 3:03 left in the second period.
Nordiques have shown plenty of skill, especially in this second period. I've really been impressed by Kucherov out there. Sundin's had an amazing second period. But Kucherov, when you look at him in the dressing room this morning, Jim's a pretty lean player. Tall and lanky. But sure has handled the puck well out here tonight for the Quebec Nordiques.
He and Tatarinov aren't old Soviets. He's 26, Tatarinov 25. They've got a few years in their careers. Fogarty off the draw. Like to have that one back. He didn't get a good shot away. It went wide, but he kept it in. Don Barber. Borsato, number 38. Left wing for Cole. Too far for him. Adam Foote is back for the puck. Foote turns it on as he heads out. Just dodged a check from Borsato and made the play to center. Pearson dumps the puck in. Raglan in on it as the puck was poked away by Bob Essensa. Borsato with a goal and an assist in on Adam Foote. Sticano over and back at the blue line offside. Alan Barber was offside on the right wing. Borsato's had a good game tonight. Goal, could have had another one, has an assist.
And of course that brings more ice time. John Paddock, you talked to him this morning about whether He likes 3 lines or 4 lines, Jim.
I guess he says both. Starts the game with 4, just rotates them, and then decides how the game is going and which lines are playing well. And goes with the guys who are going good.
And of course, it also depends on your schedule. The Winnipeg Jets being on the road right now and
playing tomorrow night. So everybody's had a chance to play tonight. McDermott with a long shot wide of the net off the inboards. Paslawski. The Finn. Jets keep the puck in. It's bouncing around. Finally poked out by Doug Smith. Smale signed as a free agent after playing last season in Winnipeg and Minnesota. There's a penalty coming up here as Wolanin hit Eagles and knocked him down, and Wolanin is going to the penalty box. The Jets going to a late second period power play, and we're going to an update.
You won't find too many goals nicer than this one. This is Peter Bondra breaking it alone, losing it, getting it back up, and then beating Peter Angelo. Frank's his name, from the Penguins, and it is now 3-0. Washington leading Pittsburgh in the second.
Greg Wolanin's in the penalty box.
When Wolanin hit Eagles, watch it. Then Eagles' stick came up and hit Wolanin right into the face. That's why Wolanin was complaining a little bit and, of course, nursing a sore cheek on his way to the penalty box.
So Dave Chambers' team with a 1-goal lead will be shorthanded in the late stages of the second period. Eagles is a pesky sort of guy that gets under people's skin and causes a few penalties.
Good intensity. He's the type of player I can see John Paddock really taking to.
The Jets have scored a power play goal. Their first of the game was on the power play. The power play ranks 3rd in the league. The best power play belongs to the Calgary Flames. Number 22, the Philadelphia Flyers. Penalty killing unit ranks 13th. Olczyk, Hellenic, and Barnes up front of the power play. Housley and Olesen, the point man. Jets win the draw. Phil Housley gets a chance to set up. Hellenic. Olczyk. Olesen. To Taranoff went after Olczyk. Made the play to Pat Hellenic. McNeil couldn't clear it. Paslawski found a hole and did it.
So this time Quebec maybe adjusting their penalty killing a little bit to play it more aggressively, especially at the points than they did the last time.
Stu Barnes. Drop pass for Olczyk to the point. Olesen quickly over to Housley. Back to Olesen with some room. Shoots it. Wanted that to be tipped to the side of the net. Hellenic missed it. Barnes to Housley. Over to Olesen outside the blue line. Huff was right on Olesen and put the puck back to the line to Olczyk. Housley moves up. At Hellenic now. Guserov's right on him. Barnes moves up and got the puck in his skates. And Guserov cleared the last minute of play in the second period. Period will expire a couple of seconds before the penalty.
Huff and Sakic definitely putting more pressure on Winnipeg's defense.
Fiset out of his goal. Up the boards, Newman is there to keep the puck in for Winnipeg, and Olczyk behind the net. Or shadow number 38. Danton Cole on with it now. Olczyk still out in front of the net. Newman and Housley back at the points. There's a giveaway to McNeil. Just touched the puck as it drifted out to center, and Housley's back.
You recall the last penalty the Jets had. They controlled the play and hemmed the Nordiques in their own end zone for the complete 2 minutes.
I think he scored. Borsato. It's it back from Newman. Puts the puck to the corner. McDermott to Borsato. The pass to Housley. Shoots it. Missed the net. In the last 5 seconds of the second period, there's a shot. Tipped in front of the net to the corner as the buzzer sounds to end of period number 2. The locals, the Quebec Nordiques, have a 3-2 lead over the Winnipeg Jets. Here's John Wells.
All right, Jim, the Jets getting back to even just 6 seconds into that second period, and they had great chances on the power play, including, coming up later, a breakaway by Mike Eagles, and the Quebec Nordiques scored quickly after that to take the lead one more time. on a fine play. Here's what's up in our second intermission. More on the NHL tonight with Jim Van Horn and Bob McKenzie. And then we'll be back to Quebec City for Vantage Point. Jim and Gary with more on the Lindros story tonight. After 2 at Le Colisée, Nordiques lead the Jets 3-2. This is the NHL tonight on TSN.
You've worked hard to set aside your savings. Now you should be looking for the best place to invest those savings, to turn them into something even more valuable. Canada Savings Bonds. They offer an attractive interest rate, 7.5% guaranteed for a full year, and you can cash them at any time. Turn your savings into a profit.